Hey guys, it's been a hot minute. So, truth be told, I really don't know how to do this intro. It's been too long for me to realize exactly how to do an intro, but we're going for it anyways. Seems like almost every other video is a video of me trying to give some stupid ass excuse on why I've been gone, but I'm gonna just go ahead and shoot straight forward with you guys. Wow, my mic skills are messed up. However, I'm not going to be able to go into serious detail just because of outright decency and, just trying to be the big person about everything going on. But if you do have questions, depending on what it is, I'll answer them through the Discord, which I'll leave a link in below. You know, there was a lot to unpack, but we're just going to go ahead and address it as it is. So, I have been gone for quite a while. It's been about. Here, actually, let me check my YouTube studio. Yeah, so it's been about 6 months since I threw out a Resident Evil video, the first part, and I still have the rest of it recorded, but I haven't gone fully into like uploading it. If that's something you guys still want to see, let me know. I'll go ahead and throw it in there. But to throw it out there right now, let's see if I can actually do this right quick. I'm not in my house. Not in the house that you guys recognize. So, reason is for that is for a number of reasons. So, the first one is I'm single. And I'm currently going through divorce. And the only things I'm going to say about that is just for the sake of personal safety and well-being. And that's both mentally and physically. So I'm throwing out there. It's, a couple of reasons and stuff, a lot of issues, a lot of blame to be thrown back and forth. I've had, it's kind of hard a thing to talk about, but, yeah, worried about my own personal well-being and my personal safety, and my own mental well-being. So, yeah. Could there have been things that I could have done to try to make things a little bit better? Sure. Would that mean that I would have to sacrifice everything of who I am and who I want to be? Yes, as well. But I'm not going to go any further than that. Not gonna lie, it's kind of one of the reasons why I'm kind of nervous coming back to YouTube. It's just, I've always, I've had that good 2.5 year period where I was in the military and also seeing this girl and, been busy with life, and that's kind of been like my excuse for it. But I didn't feel like I could make videos in that atmosphere and really within that time frame and actually be supported through it and making me actually, how do I say this, encouraged to do it. But that's besides the point. I'm back now. I actually have a job interview lined up, thankfully, because that's right, if you can't guess already, I'm out of the military. This right here, this is my room from high school. It's a little bit different than what it was, but it is my room nonetheless, and it's my old home since I was 12 years old. So this home has been in my life for about 11 years. Almost 12, actually. So, yeah, I'm out of the military, officially. Thankfully got my separation orders, even though it was about 2 months afterwards. But, is what it is. Yeah, so I've been home for the last 2 months, and depression's a son of a gun, let me tell you. It's not a fun thing to go through. And, I'm still kind of going through it. But, got a job interview lined up. Finally getting back to my hobby of YouTube and just music in general. And, I'm trying to look towards the positives of everything rather than let the negatives get to me any longer, because the negatives have been getting to me quite a bit, a lot of what ifs, a lot of could I have done this better, could I have been this type of person, is me being who I am really worth sacrificing so much, all that stuff. I've had zero confidence in this whatsoever for the past few months and really for the past few years. But, I'm finally, I feel like mentally I'm in a point to where I can actually go ahead and make these videos and I can, be myself. So, yeah, truth be told, I actually made a video about this last week when I was still kind of unsure, and that video actually ended up being about 30 minutes to an hour long, and I know no one's gonna sit through a sob story like that. So I'm like, I'm not even in the right headspace yet. Let's give it about another week. We'll go ahead and try to dive head first again. So here I am, trying to make this short and sweet. So plans for the future in life. I'm actually going to go ahead and go back to school in the spring, or at least attempt to, depending on if I can get my application in or not, like in time. But I want to go back to school. I want to go ahead and continue my degree in music education. But also I'm thinking I'm also going to go ahead and double major in mathematical education, just because that's my best core subject. And, I want to be that kind of teacher that is dependable, you know what I mean, to the students, because the students come first. And students, if they're really into the music program, right, and they really want to be a part of everything, but they're having trouble with the grades, I don't want to just be that guy in the background that's like, oh, well, you better try harder, when I'm not actually helping them with certain subjects. And mathematics is something that I can easily do, and even science to an extent, simply because of my background in the Navy and what I was doing and such. So I'm thinking it would be a perfect opportunity. Now, whether I become a math teacher predominantly, just help out with the band on the side, that works out cool for me too. Not a problem whatsoever. That's why I want a dual major. But if I'm a music teacher and I can double as a math tutor, I'm perfectly fine with that also. It's a win-win scenario to me. So, and I'm not doing this kind of stuff for money. This is actually my passion. It's something that I'm very, excited about, something that's giving me drive, you know what I mean? So with that kind of goes right into the type of content that I want to kind of create going forward, because I want to have a fresh start, and I've said that, I know, a million times in the past for anyone who's ever bothered to actually ride this thing out with me. I'm having a fresh start in life right now, right? I'm going through a divorce. I've essentially lost my job. It's not as bad as it sounds. It's just because I got medically discharged because my hips are messed up. But, I don't have my job. I'm getting a divorce. And, I'm literally hitting the restart button of my life. So with that in mind, I only think it's practical that I do that with the channel as well. Don't worry, I'm not going to delete any of my videos that I threw up. Even though most of them are very cringeworthy, I'm still going to leave them up there because builds character. Now, what I do want to do, all right, and a lot of you may agree with this, a lot of you may not agree with this, but the music reactions, that's mainly what got my channel to what it is now. And with that being said, I still want to do them. I'm still very open to do them. And yeah, I know most of my fans are from the Baby Metal group, like the fan base for Baby Metal. And I'm still down to go through Baby Metal. I mean, I got a lot to catch up. Actually, the video that I'm going to throw up after this one is going to be reaction to the ones in the Discord that were suggested to me months ago. But with that being said, I want to go ahead and kind of not make that the focus, because when I first made this channel way back as a kid in high school, well, really a kid in college because it was senior year. Anyways, the whole purpose was I wanted to do a channel based on teaching the art of saxophone and, the lessons and, how to do scales, how to do, arpeggios, how to play certain pieces of music. I want to make my channel available to those who are going into an entry level of music. So, with that being said, I want to go ahead and go back to that. I haven't played saxophone in a while, and I'm trying to go back to school for it. So, I got to get my practice back up. I think it's killing two birds with one stone. I'm going to go ahead and use those videos as my practice time as well, but also make it an entry level course for those who want to do saxophone. Whether you're in 6th grade beginning band, whether you're in high school wanting to go ahead and try to brush up on some basics, or if you're just some adult that picked up a saxophone at an auction or a garage sale as a conversation piece, but you're actually curious about how to play it, I want to make my channel about that. So that's the first part. And the second part, I wanted to make a gaming channel. I wanted to play video games that were horror/zombie based. I want to use the channel to kind of dip my toes into genres I'm not really too much of a fan of. Like, for example, one of my genres I'm not really big on is RPG. That's just me. I never really grew up playing RPGs because I didn't have good internet connection. I was mainly FPS like Call of Duty Zombies, which I plan on making a lot of videos on just because it pains me inside to see the community that I grew up with in high school that gave me so much joy in high school dying out as it is. And I know that that's nothing I can necessarily fix myself. It's nothing that the vets of the community can fix on their own because they've been trying their damnedest, and I appreciate them for it. That's going towards like Lex, that's going towards JC, even though JC is doing his own things now. That also goes to Mr. Raffle Waffles, Mr. Dalek JD, Glitching Queen, all the vets. But I still want to go ahead and throw that out there because it's something I enjoy. It's not something I want to try to make money on, try to be the next big thing on. It's just something I enjoy to do. But along with that, with the fact that I'm not really into RPGs, there is one that plays like a Souls game, and I've never played Dark Souls. And that's Life of Pi, or Life of P. And it's a RPG game based off the Pinocchio series, but in a Soulsborne style. Never played that before. Just dropped, never played a Soulsborne game. I'm kind of interested. Plus, I also want to go ahead and throw out some older generation games that a lot of people may have forgotten about. I got every single PlayStation 1 through 5, and I have games for all of them. That includes some of the classics like Oddworld, Crash Bandicoot, Gran Turismo, stuff like that, all the way up to, the latest God of War, the latest Resident Evil. Separate Ways just came out. I haven't paid for it yet. I haven't gotten to it yet because I wanted to use that as a platform to make videos on so we can experience it together. I haven't had any spoilers, thankfully, but that's just food for thought about what I want to do for the future. And there's also Let's Plays that I haven't finished, like actually in real life, not just, I stopped recording but I played it on the side, like God of War, like 2018 one, but like Dying Light. Haven't finished it, so I'm thinking I might just go ahead and do a restart on it. Let me know what you guys think about that. That's kind of what I want to do, because when I made the channel name The Undead Sax, not realizing the possible mishearing of the name, because then it just sounds really, really bad, but I want to go ahead and get back down to the roots of that, while also keeping up with the music reactions, because I do love music. However, when it comes to music reactions, I want to kind of branch out, not necessarily like give up on the Japanese metal, but I want to go ahead and try to expand upon it. Japanese metal is fantastic. I love it. It's great. However, there's also other groups that I want to explore. For example, Bad Omens. I love Bad Omens right now. Sleep Token. I just discovered them. fantastic, and the lore behind them is also equally fantastic. Honestly, I think the lore behind it is on the same level as Baby Metal, maybe not as fleshed out, but the intrigue of it is what got me going. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut that right there. I don't want to make this video too long for you guys because I know it kind of gets a little bit tedious and this was a lot of information to break down. But if you still have more questions for me, I'm gonna leave a link to the Discord to join it down below in the description, and I'll even go ahead and throw it into the comment section as well. If you guys have any questions, please go ahead and ask them on there. Don't leave them under the comments, because then that's, you know, it's a lot of personal things, you know, and I just don't want that to be floating around kind of thing. You know what I mean? While in Discord, it's a little bit more controlled and a little bit more, how do I say this? Private? I mean, as private as you can make it, I guess. But I'm just going to leave it there. I hope you guys had a great day, and thank you if you actually went ahead and stayed around for this whole thing. You know, sorry it's been so long, but I'm happy to try to be back as much as possible. So thank you guys. I love you all deeply, you know, and help me come up with a new intro and a new outro, because Lord knows I am not creative enough to figure that out on my own. So with that being said, I've been the Unedited Sax. You guys have been absolutely fantastic, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.